Good afternoon, everyone. This is James, Local Viking, and in today's video, we're going to go over how to set up your Google Data Studio connector. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log into your Local Viking account. At the top right, click the drop down and click Organization. Then you're going to click the Google Data Studio Integration tab. Click Enable, and just take note of the access token you see. You're going to need that for a later step. Now swap over to your Google Data Studio, and in this instructions, simply click this link here. If it prompts you for information, just fill some information out. Type in your company. This is all this information for Google, and press continue. Not sure why it's asking it again, but that's okay. Maybe they really want me to say yes to this emails they want to send me. Oh, that's weird. Alright, well, in either case, if you can get past that screen, that's the important part. And then that link, you're going to see the Local Viking platform, and this is going to be the connector with Local Viking. So what you want to do now is click Authorize, and it's going to prompt you to just log into your email. Click Authorize again. I don't know why Google does this. It's almost like Google is stuck in a loop sometimes. So we just did the same action twice again, and we got different results, which shouldn't be the logic that exists, but that's okay. So now we're going to press Allow. So now, just take note that you might get a warning that states something along the lines of, this connector hasn't been verified yet. Are you sure you want to use this app? So the reason why this is appearing is because Local Viking hasn't been fully audited by Google's team just yet. This is a very new release. So once Google's team verifies it, this warning will go away. But for now, just click Advanced, and you're going to see Go to Local Viking. So just click that, and that'll let you bypass the warning. At that point, you'll be on the screen that we're on right now. All right. So the key, now we're going to go back to Local Viking. And take the Google Data Studio key we saw back in step 3. So we're just going to copy this key. We're going to paste it in, and we're going to press Submit. Select which parameters you want to be allowed to be modified in your reports. You can always change these values later. For simplicity of this video, I'm just going to select everything. And then I'm just going to press Connect and Allow. All right, so at this point in time, you've connected Local Viking with your Google Data Studio platform. Now, our connector is in its early stages. There's going to be a lot more features that are going to be built out through the connector as time progresses. But for this first iteration, let's just go over some key notes that you should take note of. So step 1 is, as for now, only scheduled geogrids with generated PNGs or GIFs are visible in Google. So what that means is, if we go back to Local Viking, the geogrid has to be a scheduled one. It can't be live. It has to be a scheduled geogrid, and a PNG or GIF has to have been generated. So you'll know a PNG or GIF has been generated if you see, let me just make the PNG. You know a GIF is generated if you see one up top, and it's going to just take the latest GIF. So this was ran on April 12th. The GIF that will appear in Google Data Studio would be from April 12th. PNG, let's just let this run for a second. I'll just let that run. But it's basically going to say something different. It'll say something like your latest PNG. And that's how you know you have a PNG. We'll get back to that in a few minutes. So if you can't see the scheduled GeoGrid in Google Data Studio, please check if there's a PNG generated for the GeoGrid or if there's a GIF created. So basically right now we're just taking the PNGs and piping them into Google Data Studio. If you don't specify a place ID parameter in the parameter section, so here's the place ID section. If you don't specify a place ID parameter in the parameter section of the report will display scheduled geogrids for all locations of the organization. So unless you give the Google Data Studio the exact place IDs you want to have geogrids piped in for, it's going to pull your entire account's worth of geogrids throughout all your locations into Google Data Studio. Next is you can specify up to 5 search terms in the parameter section of the report. If at least one of the search term parameters is specified, only geogrids with those search terms will be displayed. So if you don't specify a search term, it's going to pull every geogrid possible within your account that has a unique PNG ran for every keyword. If we do specify, so if we said, hey, just pull the data for law firm Nyack, then it's only going to pull law firm Nyack. If no search term parameters are set, all scheduled geogrids will be displayed in the report. So like I said, it would just display everything at that point. The report displays the latest scheduled geogrid generated with PNG for each search term. So if we had 500 PNGs created for law firm and 500 PNGs created for law firm Nyack, it's only going to show 2 geogrids. It's going to show the latest PNG for law firm and the latest PNG for law firm Nyack. And that's basically what this says here. So if you have 100 geogrids for the search term pizza and 1 geogrid for the search term pasta, you will only see 2 geogrids in the report. 1 for pizza and 1 for pasta. Next is Google provides a tool for specifying the number of rows on a report page, but only present values of 1, 5, 10, and 20. So if you were to set this up, basically you got to just play with the settings and set it to how you like your Data Studio set up. So if we create a report here, add to report, so for us it's just piping in everything. I didn't change any settings. And then you can click view and be able to scroll through the geogrids in your Data Studio. Wildcards for parameters are not supported. And then it says here, hit the button with the 3 dots at the top menu bar to see a drop-down menu with the refresh button and the button respectively to refresh the data. So if I want to refresh my data, If I made a change recently, I just want to refresh it. That's how you do it. If you need to set up connectors for different organizations, please use different Google accounts for Google Data Studio. So it's saying if you need to just have completely different data studios, you're going to have to use different Google accounts for each data studio you want set up. And that concludes our video on Google Data Studio. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to us at customer support, and have a great day. Take care now. Bye.